I decided to participate because we need to do some different scatter techniques.
I thought it was a great opportunity to learn a lot about neutrons, especially because I wanted to do some measurements on ZACs in my next research, and well, small angle scattering is also a topic in neutrons, so it was a great opportunity.
Last semester I spent a lot of time doing electron microscopy and different types of electron microscopy, which also deals with diffraction and scattering. And I thought the school would be a good opportunity to get a broader look at scattering with other types of particles.
So I talked and worked with people who do small angle neutron scattering on polymers, and I'm always interested in what they can learn from this measurement and how the microscopic structure can be seen in such experiments.
Because for me it's quite useful since I'm doing the PhD here, and the main technique that I will use during my PhD project is the small angle neutron scattering.
I currently made research on a professor's working group and deals with microgels, and we did some light scattering, but they also used Newton scattering.
I thought it was quite interesting just to get some insight on scattering with neutrons or other analyzed methods.
I just started my PhD 3 months ago, and this school is a nice thing, a really good thing to get into this field, to get in touch with people who have a lot of experience in this field.
The most interesting has been the lab course, because one thing is to read about an experiment or instrumentation, but actually be able to see it and do the data analysis is for me very important. And then it's been nice to meet other young scientists. Even though we're different within different fields, then we have the same aim for coming on a school like this, and I think that's pretty nice as well.
It was really interesting to talk with the people working here, and especially talk about problems they had in the moment, because you could see like they had also problems and they saw signals and they didn't understand why, and they had to think about it and talk about it and what could it be, and that was really nice.
I really enjoyed seeing the experiments live, and I also enjoyed when we participated in the experiment with samples that were already in the machine and doing like real research.
To be able to talk with the researchers here and talk about their problems, talk how they solve their problems, what they learn of their measurements, and see very different opinions on similar stuff. It's very interesting.
First of all, the lectures were very good. For sure it was nice to meet new people and new students that are studying in the same field. For sure it was very fun. Yeah.
So often you hear in lectures like the principles or how this works, but I really like to see how this is done.
Well, to get this insight on analysis with neutrons, and yeah, just to get this practical part of the analysis and to see the institution.
I've learned more about what you can do with scattering techniques, and especially neutron scattering. And I think it would make it easier for me to actually design my experiments, but also make it easier for me to apply for beam time.
I think it's important to know what kind of experiments you can make here.
Now I've got a much broader look at scattering and different scattering techniques, and now I especially know a lot more about which technique when to use.
I'm quite interested in simulation sciences, so I'm not sure whether I'll be using the neutron scattering directly, but at least to be able to understand what can be measured and to communicate with experimentalists. It's very important, I think.
It will help me understand this new technique, especially the small angle neutron scattering, but also some other technique that should be useful to study and to to study some new systems.
My background is more the different spectroscopy methods. So here I learned that there are very powerful technique that Newton scattering is, and so we have the zoo of spectroscopy techniques is much bigger now.
In my PhD work, the main topic is neutron scattering. How I can characterize polymers with neutron scattering. So this will help a lot.
Yes.
Maybe in the future, let's see.
Yes.
Well, yes, maybe.
I already submit.